I used to stand so far and never thought I'd sway, but this darkness whispers softly, pulling me away. Once a man, now I'm caving under the strain. Cobra commander calls me, drives me insane. I said I wouldn't bend, now here I am ashamed. Oh, the battles that I fought, the lines that I've drawn, each dream I let go, now it feels so wrong. Hypocrisy's a chain wrapped tight around my heart. Once a man of principles, now I'm torn apart.
God dog, that's a banger.
That's my jam right there.
That's my jam. That's a #1 record. Man, I know that really has no real bearing on tonight's show, but maybe a little bit. Maybe it kind of does. Just, you know, just maybe Hasbro related a little bit. I tell you, it's but that was fun to do. I need to do another one. I should do another one. I think I got an idea for another one. I'll do another one. What's going on, Enewtabie?
Nothing much. Just listen to some great music on the internets.
Great tunes on them, and it'll be on Spotify this week.
Yeah, you should put it up.
Yeah,
get an album going.
That'll be the second single on the album. The first one will be. I mean, you remember what the first one was, right?
Oh, what was that one?
You don't remember the first one?
Hasbro, oh Hasbro, what did you do? Messed up the pre-orders, left us feeling blue. Once a man, Cobra commander, out of reach, now limited to those who just want to leech. Fans left frustrated, collectors in dismay. Limited edition figures slipping away. Fans left frustrated, collectors in dismay. Limited edition figures slipping away.
WKTO Radio, where we play your #1 Hasbro hating hits. No, that's just kidding. I don't hate Hasbro. I know that's what's going to happen out of this. Somebody's going to come at me. All right, that's enough of a delay. That was 2 songs. I need to do another one. Of course, that is 100% me singing, and in no way is artificial nor intelligent.
Nope.
Yeah, it's absolutely me.
I always knew you had a great voice.
Yeah, me too. I actually recorded that in the shower. That's 100%. All that is absolutely true. There's no way that it is a lie or sarcasm. Again, what's up, man? You've been busy this week. It's been cold. You got some snow going on.
What is it, 19 here? Yeah, 19 and snowing.
Legal. Oh wait, that's a different thing. Yeah, it's
snowing though.
19 degrees. What you mean? It's been. Hey, what's up, everybody in chat? I see Stan Newsman was first. Look at that. Such a happy little fluffy guy. Ramen Toy was second, which makes him the biggest loser, apparently. Because no one lost ahead of him. Roll Keeper is here. What's up, Roll Keeper? He's gonna be listening in the background. Abby is over on Figure Fight Club, still doing his show. Great show. I was just over there for a minute. He's doing open mic night. Maybe something we can do. That's always frightening. You just never know. What's up, the Titan? Hail to the collective. Flick is here. Stacy Hatch is here. First loser. Deluxe Baldwin, good friend of ours, who I have yet to see naked, and I will one day. I have a feeling I will see Deluxe Baldwin in the nude one day. It's just a hunch. I got a feeling. House Hendo is here. Hey yo. Antimus Politis. Sounds like I'm not gonna say. Hey, what's going on? Let's see. Didn't everybody's talking about how much they love Transformers? Me too. Titan says the smoking jacket makes every song better. Soundwave 8084 is here, good friend of the channel.
Yep.
Rodimus Power Toy Collector. That's a name I haven't seen here before. Hello. Glad to see you. We do have a topic tonight, but first thing, I'll go ahead and say it. I didn't buy anything this week. I'm on a bit of a buying freeze. But Enewtabie.
Hey, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. It's time for mail call.
What'd you get this week, man?
I got all kinds of stuff.
Show me. Show and tell. I'll talk dirty to you and make you go big.
Right, we got Joe's. We got Leatherneck. We got Saw Viper. We got Xandar. We don't have Dial Tone because who the hell knows why. We got a bunch of Micro Galaxy stuff. We got Y-Wings. We got U-Wings. We got Chicken Wings. We got figures. We got Farm Boy Luke. We got this stupid thing, but I'm going to use the body. What else we got?
Right.
Oh, we got this thing, the Ghost. This is freaking crazy.
Oh, yeah, that little thing.
That thing
have you already,
like 50
freaking
pounds, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, you've already had it out of the box?
Yeah.
Is there some
I haven't put
assembly
it together yet because I don't know where I'm going to put it.
Ah.
But I bought it. But I don't know where I'm going to put it. I don't know.
Yeah. Are you just hang it from the ceiling, man?
Yeah,
or just keep it in the box and put it on eBay. Be one of those.
I could just leave it in the box and hang the box from the ceiling.
There you go. You could actually sell the actual thing and just hang the box from the ceiling.
There we go. I think that's it.
Yeah. You've got to just, man, you're just take it out of the box.
I bought Rio Blast today from Motu. Whenever that shit.
Oh yeah. I remember you saying in the chat that Rio was available. Yeah. I haven't bought anything. I've been a little bit of a buy-in freeze. I'll go to Walmart here and there and see, but there's just nothing there that I want. I'm waiting to see the Biker Mice from Mars from Nacelle. I'm waiting to see if the bikes show up because I do want the 3 of their bikes. House Hendo says mounted over the TV.
Could do that.
Titan could display the Ghost on the.
Well, I already got the Razor Crest sitting on top of the Eternia box, but maybe we can set the Ghost on top of the Razor Crest box. Block the window.
Yeah, we get. Oh, Flick asked, "Is it a model?" No, was it a
HasLab?
Yeah,
3.75 inch ship.
Yeah,
and I think it's the biggest ship they've ever done.
Does it seem that way? Like
it's bigger. I think it's bigger than the Falcon. The Falcon was the largest. So.
Is it bigger than the Dragonfly?
Yeah. And it's way wider. It's about the same height and the same length.
All right. That's big. I did not realize it was that big. That's what she said.
I was just getting ready to say it.
I got you. I beat you to it. I set you up. I should have let you. Hit it. We do have some.
Let me finish.
Oh, you still wasn't finished?
No, I'm good.
Oh, all right. If you got more, show more.
No, I think that's it.
Show me more. Soundwave says my Walmarts are filled with TF1 figures. Yeah, mine too. B&B Toys is here. What's up? Glad to see you. We do have some news this week. Like we have some stuff to actually. Before we get into the subject of this week, let's talk about some new figures, or at least some independent toy figures. You actually sent me a few pictures, but this is Fresh Monkey Fiction.
You can see them all right here.
Yeah,
these look cool.
Yeah, I think they look great. Like we'll go through here. I am most excited, I think, in this set for the Donner Party. This little Frankenstein thing. What a cool!
I think I like the brain dude.
Which one?
The guy to the left of him. with the brain.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think these two are probably top for me out of this wave. I mean, that's debating on what other head sculpts come with these other ones here, but yeah, that's great. And the Donner Party is great. The idea of making a Frankenstein-like figure out of the Donner Party is
And the guy on the left, that's a
brilliant.
mummy, right?
Yeah, I think is it supposed to be like the Invisible Man?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
Eraser. See that Eraser? I think it's supposed to be like the Invisible Man. This is a little better picture. I picked this up just so we're clear. This is not my picture. This was someone uploaded this to the Fresh Monkey fans Facebook page. I want to say his name was Chris. So thanks, Chris. Hope you don't mind.
I want to say I got to have that figure on the top, second from the left. Fantastic representation of Boonie Hat.
Yeah, good Boonie Hat. Yeah, they all look good. They all look good, but I tend to like the less human looking figures. You know, the more monster.
We got a lever action.
Yeah, these look good. Loving this guy. Loving Donner. They all look good. I'm looking forward to these. So that's Fresh Monkey Fiction. Oh, I got one more here, and looking forward to these two. Of course, for reasons, this fella right here. A little bit of paint, and you can maybe use that head sculpt. A little bit of paint, and you can do that up.
I'd have to look. I'd almost imagine there's a red Cobra Commander hood at some point in Joe Fiction.
Probably in the comics or something like that. I bet there is. But yeah, I mean, that's a great looking sculpt. Love all these. I mean, so far, as far as I'm concerned, Fresh Monkey Fiction can do no wrong. They're great figures. Laser Pants is here, says the Frankenstein is dead. I agree. Yeah, that and the story behind it, that the leftover parts of the Donner Party. I mean, that's awesome. It's a great idea. B&B says the hooded wins, no doubt. Yeah, for many reasons. Fresh Monkey Fiction has a blue version of that hood on the way. Yeah, I know. It's going to be perfect. I love it. I think it's great.
Tremendous figures.
Yeah, tremendous. That's right. Some say the best figures. Some say the best. Yeah, so that's Fresh Monkey Fiction. Take that off. I've got another slide here for another friend of the show with some awesome stuff. This is going to be a great little. Oh crap! My slides went away. Share screen window. There we go. Check this out, man. Are we seeing it?
No, that's pretty cool.
The Misery Machine. This is a collaboration between Zika Toys Giant Leap and Ramen Toy from their Rev van. Isn't that what it's called? The Rev? But yeah, so obviously a nod to Scooby-Doo. Tag kind of says Scoob there. It is not the Mystery Machine. It's a parody called the Misery Machine. Nice open trunk back there. Great detail inside. You got your zombie body count on the door and on the side panel there. Misery Machine. The green and blue looks great.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Love that, man. What a cool idea. I think it's awesome. And I would love some sort of Scooby Gang that was a little more brutal looking. You know what I mean? Like if you could do some fancy, I'm not that talented, but do some fancy work to some head sculpts and throw them on some Fresh Monkey Fiction or some Action Force bodies and have a militarized Scooby Gang.
That last cartoon, they were all brutal looking. Not in a good way either.
Oh yeah, that was, you talking about that Velma one?
Yeah, good lord.
Oh yeah, that doesn't count. That was dumb. Fire Talks paint job. It's very sick. This you can pre-order now at Zika Toys on their website. I think it's $190, which I think is good for the paint. The Void is here. What's up, the Void? Girlfriend and I love Scooby-Doo. Catfish Crusader is here. Appreciate you. Action Force Military Gang. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you throw in like get a dog. It doesn't even have to be a Great Dane, but it would be a bonus if it was. Junkyard or something like that. Mutt, junkyard. Though I don't know. There's people out there that will be much more creative than I'll ever be that could come up with something cool with that. But yeah, I got a few more pictures here. This is from Ramen Toys Facebook page. I mean, that's a gorgeous paint job. That looks crazy clean. Red wheels. Where are you? Nice sunroof on the top. Got your fog lights on the top of the cab. Rotro raggy. This has the upgraded windshield on there on the accessory pack. I mean, that paint job is smooth.
Yeah, it's well done.
And I didn't get the rev. Next up, there, Ramen Toys next delve into the Machina Labs. We got Mobula with Violet Widow. Looking good. Nice helmet. I'm sure that's a swappable head like they did with the previous, where you just take the whole head off, put the new helmet on. Looking good in the purple.
I must have missed this because I didn't remember. I knew they were doing another vehicle, but I wasn't sure. I remember it being a what's it? Datsun?
It was going to be I think he was going to call it the Purple Ray, and they changed it to the Mobula.
Okay.
But it was the Stingray, I think is that what this one is?
I don't know.
Mass
cool.
fans help me out, but it looks good. We got some enhanced product shots. Love that purple. All the
that's good.
accessories folding underneath. Look inside the cab and look at the front. I'm sure that shows, that the headlights are actually foldable. You can make it decade accurate by only folding one of these
up. Yeah,
and it'll be
one thing, I don't know if this ever gets mentioned, but of the three cars, if you didn't just do it into like the transformation mode with all the weapons and stuff, the cars look good as like they're
100%
spot on to the original cars.
Yeah, they look great. I mean, if you just wanted to have those in their base vehicle mode on the shelf as the cars they are, they look great. Oh, Ace is in here. What's up, Ace? Didn't even know we were going to talk about you tonight. Very welcome. Thanks for making cool stuff. He says, Larkin's Lair, saw your video on the Super 7 Silverhawks reaction. Oh, the reaction figures look good for what they are. How much was the retail price? My guess would be not worth it. But
$25 a pop, I think.
But for those.
They missed an opportunity not to do Reaction Plus. I don't get it, but anyway.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. More ramen.
That's what's good.
Dustin Jeffries here. Ramen says, I see 20 USD for reaction, but chrome plated. Yeah, no, you're a sucker for 118, even if it's reaction. Great card back and artwork. I'll say that. They have great card back and artwork on those. Next up, one that I am so excited for. Their Battle of the Planets / Gotcha Man / whatever you want to call it, G-Force, whatever you watched. On the right is the 1997 Banpresto figure. The left will be the Ramen 124 scale figure, cloth goods cape. Looks good. Actually, looks better than good. I think it looks awesome. Looks super crisp. And then we go into the actual vehicle. Got your nice little missile that tucks away in there under the side. Of course, this is becoming a standard looking
I forgot about
base.
that missile until you just
that's right.
showed it to me. I forgot all about that.
Yep. Makes me want to go back and watch it again. I wish that they would do something with G-Force, Gotcha Man, whatever you want to call it, in the same way they did Voltron on Netflix.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that happen to G-Force. But yeah, it's just Eagle looks good. It's going to be in a great set. I'm going to love having that on the shelf. It's a smaller scale, which is fine by me. It doesn't need to match with anything. It just needs to represent G-Force on the shelf. That looks brilliant. So yeah, Ramen Toys killing it with G-Force, Machina Labs, and of course the Misery Machine. Loving it. Looks so good. We have that's all of the news we're going to share tonight, because we do have something to talk about, and it's sort of independent toys related. It is. So I put a post on Facebook. Oh wait, Ramon's got some more words here. Ace says we are looking to make a whole line of Gotcha Man 2 vehicles in 124. I'm in. Sold. Just go ahead and take my credit card now. I want them all. Yeah. So I put a post on Facebook showing a picture, and it was a picture of the upcoming Studio Series 86 scrapper. That looks like if you blew on it, it would make beautiful music. Because there's so many hollow points in that arm, and I'm sure some of it is due for transformation and budget. We can go all into that, but for years, we've been collecting mainline transformers, you and I both, and like every time, like every review that I did, for the most part, like one of the highlighted points, other than a great deal of like the leader class figures, I think they put the budget into those pretty well. Studio Series was always pretty good about not having that many waffles, as far as I can remember. I could be wrong. By waffles, I mean all the empty spaces. But quite a few people agreed with me that it's crazy that we're basically paying more money than we ever have for these figures, but not necessarily getting any improvement in quality. We've had waffles on figures. They've been go back even before Combiner Wars, when you have hollow points on there, molding, plastic. There's all reasons you can say it, but it's getting to the point where we're paying $40, $50, $60 for these and up for some of the leader class stuff for these figures. But cosmetically, they look better. Like they look closer to the representation of the figures or the characters, I think, than we've gotten in the past. But physically, they just aren't improving the quality of the build. I mean, to me, the plastic feels cheaper. There's more holes than ever, right? I mean, here, let me just show that I do have this one photo, the photo I shared. I just titled it Waffles. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. That is still ramen. How about now? Nope. Sharing too many things at once. There we go. This will be it. So this is what I shared. What's the cost of this, Enewtabie? Do you remember? What the standard Studio Series?
These are deluxe, so I think these are probably 25.
25, 30.
Yeah.
All right. So
at least it has an elbow this time.
He does have an elbow. I mean, obviously, I don't see that wrist moving at all. Soundwave says Scrapper is Voyager.
Oh, Voyager? Okay. I thought they were doing deluxe, Voyager, and then like leader, 3 sizes.
Either way, I mean, I think what the gist of my post was on Facebook is basically saying that I'm done. I canceled my pre-order for the Constructicons. I went in and canceled them all. I had them on Amazon pre-order, and I just can't do it, man. I mean, I would rather pay, and this sounds crazy, but I would rather pay that much and maybe a little more, depending on where you go, New Age or Magic Square, and get a better representation.
You know what the crazy thing is? DNA is going to release an upgrade kit, and they're going to put in things and enclose all this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And then you know what that means, and I'm okay with that. I love upgrade kits. I've done plenty of upgrade kits, but like the the idea that I need to go spend another $30 now, that's going to be a $70 figure, or a, $60, $70. I'll go get a 4-inch figure from Magic Square for $40.
Yeah.
And it's smaller, but a better representation and a much better, well-made figure. Now, I got some grief on that because it means that I'm, supporting knockoffs and that's fine. I can understand that. Like, I get it. I wish I didn't have to. And I haven't even bought that many third-party stuff lately anyway, since I've been doing action figures more. But so Ace here, as someone who makes stuff, says, this method of tooling is most economical. I am certain it's economical because it looks economical. I mean, I don't think you could do half of an arm and not be economical. I mean, that's what it looks like. It looks like half of an arm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really, really unattractive, and the rest of the figures don't look much different. I mean, now, thankfully, the legs don't look bad, right? So
Yeah,
maybe it has something to do with
like the legs are enclosed in and not holes in those. Too bad.
It's just not good. I mean, and I think I was talking to Deluxe. I was on his show the other day. Go back and watch that, everybody who didn't. And like, we were kind of talking about it. Like, I know that one, yes, it's economical. Yes, maybe it gets covered up in transformation. Yes, there will be third-party kits. Probably most people are going to put it in combine mode, which from what I see, combine mode looks pretty good. So, you don't see a lot of this. But the idea now is that, I guess the main question of the show tonight, are we willing to settle for a representation of a character or a figure that we love just for the sake of nostalgia? And let's not even bring third party into it. Let's say you're not going to buy a third party figure at all. You don't support third party. You consider it knockoffs. You consider it trademark infringement. All that. Let's say we can agree on that, and that's the way you feel about it. So do you then pay $50, $40, whatever, for this figure just to have a new version of the Constructicons, even though you have to admit that doesn't look great on the inside of that arm? Is that what we do now? Do we? And then I guess one of the questions I got asked on there is a fair question. Somebody asked, why now? Why, after all this time, do you finally just throw in the towel when it's been like this the whole time? And my answer was, why not now? Sooner or later, you're going to get tired of doing it. And you just wake up and go, I'm not going to pay for half a figure anymore. So
Yeah.
that was my answer. Now, I'm not trashing Hasbro. I still like Hasbro. I'll still buy Hasbro stuff. And there'll probably be Transformers they make where I'll swallow my words and I'll suck it up. And for the sake of nostalgia, I'll buy it. If they put out a good Sunstreaker, I'm probably going to buy it, even though it's going to have hollow nonsense in it. Because, yeah, I'll say it. I'll be a hypocrite when it comes to that. Laser Pants has a super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I don't have any cool music like you do when somebody gives you a super chat. It doesn't look like an adult collectible, which is what it is supposed to be, especially at that price. Exactly. Because a kid, right, probably doesn't, unless your parents introduce you to the 85, 86, 84 series stuff, you don't have any idea who this is. It's just a robot that turns into a front end loader bulldozer, Yeah. So it's not for kids. It's Studio Series 86. It's for us. So would you pay $20 more for this figure if it was a full figure?
No, then you're talking $60 for this, and I'm not doing that. That's too much. And full disclosure, I pre-ordered this. I didn't realize the hand looks like that, but I did when they threw up the first two. I pre-ordered those. I think it was this one and Mixmaster or whatever, just because I like Devastator. But
See, I'm on the other side of that. I think I would pay $15-20 more because I mean I'll do it for a 4-inch figure.
yeah, but I mean, I'll pay that for New Age because when a New Age figure is painted, you got die cast in it.
Yep.
It's smaller. I can actually fit. I can fit the whole Autobot team on one shelf.
Yep.
Where we can't do that with 18-inch combiners. But I don't know.
Like I say,
I like that they're filling in some gaps, so the legs look a lot better. But I just don't understand the arm part. It's almost worse than the freaking Combiner Wars.
Yeah, no. They spread their budget all the way across this. Spent more on the legs. I mean, even the inner thigh doesn't look like it has like your typical. Like that doesn't have your typical waffle bits that they normally might on the back. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that right there, that's a Happy Meal toy. And again, it's been like that, right? Like they've been bad for a long time when it comes to this. So that's the question. Have we been settling for, increases in prices, but not necessarily increases in quality of build? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do it anymore. Not like this. I mean, I'll pick and choose once in a while. And this is no shade at all to folks who absolutely love this thing and will buy it and will love it. I'm happy for you. Buy whatever you want. It's your money. I'm not buying it for you. I'm strictly talking about me, what I'm doing. I'm not trying to talk anybody out of anything or into it. That arm is as empty as my cold, dead heart. That's not true. You have a huge heart. Don't you lie. You're lying right now. You liar, liar, laser pants on fire. Yeah. What do you think? Would you? So if you get this, are you going to go for like a DNA Designs or a kit from TF Safari or someone to fill this up?
I hate to say I won't, but I do a lot of DNA stuff. Like Fortress Maximus, Scorponaut, the Dinobots. But I mean, those didn't have a lot of issues like big gaps. I mean, there's a few gaps here and there, but a lot of those are like effects, different weapons, complete replacement of parts. This is a little bit more, but I'll probably end up getting it. So,
well, let me ask you this:
but I don't buy like I used to buy. I used to buy like almost everything Hasbro threw out and Transformers. Now I was just stopped because I was buying like 14 different repaints of the same.
Mm-hmm. You look at their upcoming line. It's like, and again, I've had the repaint conversation. There's nothing new. There's always been repaints. I get it. I get all that. I mean, G.I. Joe and Transformers both have a long history of repaints, and they've served their purpose. Whatever, get all that. But like, if you have Combiner Wars, Debbie, do you get this too?
That one is, that one I think is bigger than this.
And so even with the issues, would rather still have this for combine mode over my Combiner Wars Debbie. All right,
because that one takes like a kit for it to really look a lot better than what it does too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some of those Combiner Wars stuff with the add-on kits that came out ended up being pretty good. Even the Dinobots had some really cool upgrade kits. Disciple 860. They sure do keep the upgrade kit guys busy. Do you think Hasbro is aware that companies like DNA exist? Yeah. All right.
I mean, they talk about third parties, so they discuss this.
When they're designing this, when the design team is doing this, do you think that they shrug off some of this kind of stuff because they know like somebody will fix it later?
I wouldn't say that. I bet you it's more consideration of money. So whatever you got allotted cost per figure, and they want to hit, like if you look at the center of this figure, it looks great. That's spot on for the head, for scrapper. The body looks pretty good, but maybe whatever their value thing is, they can't hit if they fill in the arms. I know this sounds like BS, but
no, I'm sure.
I don't think they plan around that stuff. I think they plan around a certain cost per figure, and then make their 30% or whatever they have to make. outside of the cost.
So you don't think that there's a little chatter in the back room where they go, yeah, no, we can't, because of the budget, we can't fill this arm up. But there are folks out there that'll make stuff to fill it up.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
It'll look complete then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be some talk like that. Like, DNA designs will, fix what we can't do and under our budget. But that being said, okay, let's say that's the case.
Yeah.
DNA design kits cost what? $25, $30?
It depends on what you get. Some of them are on up there. I mean, like Scorponite kits for $50. It's 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Dinobots were all somewhere between 30 and 40.
So, again, now I guess it matters because not everyone is going to buy this and then buy the upgrade kit. Some folks are going to be perfectly happy with this the way it is. So I guess I'm about to answer my own question. But for those that are going to buy the add-on kit for $25, $30, that's now a $60, $70 figure. Would you have spent $70 to Hasbro to have this without needing a DNA designs kit? I mean, I wouldn't, but are there people that would?
Oh, maybe. Well, I think one thing they can do here, though, you got to think about it. Once you combine, you're not going to see a lot of this, right? You're not going to see all, like the arms. You're not going to see, I would imagine, because Scrapper's arms extend down and forward. He's supported on his arms and the scoop. So I think once you put it into the combined part, maybe you don't see all this stuff.
Yeah. Frank says, I've been a TFN since '84, and yet I find it very difficult to get excited over Hasbro Generations lines. I'd much rather spend double the money on a higher quality third party or licensed box like MP stuff, I would assume. But here, like, the thing for me is, like, this isn't a standard mainline figure. This is a studio series. This is supposed to be the upper end of mainline. Right? I mean, that's the way I always saw studio series being. It's supposed to be the upper scale of the mainline figures. And maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I just misread what their intentions were. But I mean, even if the shoulder here was empty because of like transformation and because of you like keeping design of the arm so they can move around well, like all this, and I'm sure that this hand, like part of the reason this is empty is because this hand folds down into there to close it up, right? So that's a thing. I get that. That's why someone's going to do an upgrade kit where it has a little hinge right here where that folds down and then that folds down and then it'll fold up over. Something like that will happen. Then they'll have little gap fillers for this. So let me tell you where I don't have an issue needing or wanting an upgrade kit. I've done them before. I love them. They're kind of fun to do. Upgrade kits. I've done quite a few of them.
Yeah.
I prefer my upgrade kits to not just be gap fillers and have to make the product look like it should have.
Yeah.
I love upgrade kits that add to a figure. Right? Like maybe turn it into another figure or make it taller or bigger or bulkier or something.
Yeah.
But like it's almost not even an upgrade kit. It's just a gap filler kit. If all you're doing is filling up holes. Okay, let's take. I don't own any. I think they're wildly expensive. The Gridiron Studio stuff for Joe, but they have a ton of add-on stuff to make a somewhat boring figure or a somewhat standard figure. You can bulk it out and make it literally upgrade it, like the stuff they did with all the Joe vehicles and things like that. I think they're very expensive for what they are, but that's what they do. They actually make it look like a more expensive figure. But just a simple gap filler, I think is just going to, for me, is just going to end up being a waste of money.
I don't buy the kits that just plug holes.
Yeah.
Like I buy mainly, unless Larkin sends me some, I mainly buy DNA because I've I feel like they do probably the best job of like actual replacement parts. They're not 3D printed. They look like factory parts most of the time, or they're replacing it. I feel like they'll probably do the best job of upgrade kits.
I think Larkin here says it right too, and I agree with this. The design, I 100% agree that the design teams, if they had just carte blanche and could just make the figure they wanted to, none of this would exist. But the accounting team says you ain't got the budget for it, and maybe they're not selling as well as they used to, because one of the reports that came out last year was that for the first time, adult collectors were the number one buyers of toys in the market, and a lot of people were excited about that. Like, yeah, we told you, adult collectors are the wave of the future. Start building for us. Yeah, I thought about it a different way, in that we became the number one buyer, not because there's so many of us, but because there's so little of anyone else buying them. You know, it's not that our numbers rose; it's that the other numbers went down.
Yeah,
and that's going to be the case. That's when you're going to see more and more stuff like this. Ace says even one of the leader class Power Master Optimus Primes I got in around 2019 has, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not a new problem. I'm just saying that have I finally gotten fed up with it being an old problem? And someone actually, Raziel Kane Reviews, a friend of ours, messaged me, and I don't want to get his question wrong. He asked me a pretty solid question. He said, serious question for you. Do you think that delving into the indie toy world made you less prone to nostalgia's effect, or would that have happened anyway? Talking about the SS86 waffles, and I thought that was a good question, because I think I told him no. I would have got fed up with it anyway. But the more I thought about it, I think, if I'm being completely honest, I think finding a reason to like things like Action Force, like Fresh Monkey Fiction, like Savage Crucible, like Mythic Legions, all these action figure stuff that's out there, and like Ramen Toy, and like Riot Press Productions, and all the Kickstarter stuff that we've been doing, all that kind of stuff. I think it opened my eyes up to accept new stuff that I didn't have to hang on to old fiction for. So in a way, yes, delving into the indie stuff probably showed me that I don't need nostalgia to collect. Not that I don't still appreciate it. Like I say, Ramen Toy does some great nostalgic stuff with Brave Star, Silverhawks, the Rev stuff, Musk, the G-Force, Gotcha Man, all that. There's plenty of nostalgia out there on the market. And maybe it's because I love Transformers so much. Like, I want them to be better than what they are. So there's a lot to that. And again, it's all subjective. It's all on me. It's just my opinion and how I'm collecting lately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what do you think? What's your take on it?
Well, I would say that if I'm looking at it, and I wanted to say this when we were talking about Hasbro. So if you think about when we were growing up, look at all this stuff: Transformers, Motu, G.I. Joe. That was the golden age of action figures and toys, and the entertainment tied into it. Nowadays, kids, I don't believe there's nothing like that. Kids don't care about that. Kids care about TikTok, phones, like my daughter cared about American Girl and Barbie, and she's 10. She don't care about that anymore. She cares about what her friends are doing on the app and makeup. So I think that the age of like action figures and kids playing with that, I think that's gone away, and I don't think it's ever coming back. And it's slowly going to get worse and worse. Now kids will buy it; they'll have the toys on the aisle and stuff, but I guarantee you, all the Marvel Legends. I know it's like the Star Wars Black Series and Vintage Collection. There's not kids buying those things.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's gonna slowly fade out over time. And I think that this toy market's just gonna disappear after, shrink, at least, not disappear, but shrink to a smaller amount than where it is now. And then a lot of stuff's gonna just fade away. Because you can't do Motu 17 times in a row with the same stuff. Like, this will soon be done, and I'm done with it. That's it.
And even like the Motu stuff, like it's almost all nostalgia. The Netflix show Revelations and Revolutions was pretty good, and but it was pretty good for people who already liked Masters of the Universe.
You know what you're getting into.
I think Transformers 1 is a great hope for folks. I think there's a lot of psychology involved in that. Like when we watched cartoons as a kid, part of the reason that nostalgia sticks so heavy to us, and it's when I watch a lot of stuff, I'll watch it and I'll buy it on DVD or buy it on Blu-ray or whatever, and I'll see that. What do you mean it only lasted for 15 episodes? I feel like I watched it for years. Whatever XYZ show it was, not Transformers, obviously. But even that feels like it lasted longer than 3 years or 4 years,
Yeah.
But there's no initiative. Well, like Saturday mornings, you had to be up. You had to choose what you wanted to watch, right? You had 3 channels that were playing cartoons Saturday morning, and you had to like plan that day out. Like, do I want to watch Turbo Teen or do I want to watch Dungeons and Dragons? They come on at the same time. Which one do I want to watch? Right? I ain't watching both. 30 minutes long, pick a channel, right? So when I would come home after school, like I had to make a beeline for the TV to beat my sisters to the TV, or else I was going to be stuck watching Santa Barbara or Days of Our Lives. I had to get there in time to watch G.I. Joe and Transformers at the end, after school. But there was like some sort of, it sounds so dumb, but there was like an effort and an anticipation involved. Now, even with Transformers 1 on streaming, there's not really. You can watch it whenever you want. And like I can turn on the multiple different streaming stuff I have, and there's thousands of things to watch, and I won't find a single thing.
Yeah.
But if this was 1987 and I was flipping through the channels and it was halfway through, we'll even go to the 90s or whatever, early 2000s. If I was flipping through the channels when I had cable and I couldn't just watch whatever I want when I want, and Gladiator was on, I wouldn't care if it was 30 minutes in and I missed half of the beginning of the movie. I'm going to stop and watch it. Like it's on right now. I've got to watch it, right? Instead of having to, or being able to just pop a DVD in or switch to a on-demand thing and watch whatever you want. So I don't think there's that desire anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's so readily available. And I don't think there's, and I hope Transformers 1 kicks off well enough to keep going, because there's potential there for a new resurgence for a younger collector or a younger buyer to come in and want those for Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think Transformers 1 did a better job than almost anything that's come out. I don't like Bayverse, but it did a really good job of introducing a new audience to Transformers.
Yeah, I mean, Transformers was pretty much dead. Not dead, I won't say that, but for media,
it was on life support.
Yeah, I mean, for media, it didn't exist. You could talk about the cartoons, but like once 2007, I mean, that was a big deal seeing Optimus Prime transform. You know,
and it legitimately brought new fans, like people that are now in their late 20s and 30s that were kids when the Bayverse stuff launched.
Yeah,
that's we joke about it all the time, but that was their G1. But it kept a fandom, right? And if they play their cards right with Transformers 1, they could do it again. I hope they do. I hope they do something more than the stop motion show that they're talking about. I'd like to see I mentioned it on another show. I'd like to see them do something with like some heavy animation, like the Netflix stuff, like even Master of the Universe animation, or Castlevania, or all these shows that have great hand drawn style animation. They could do something with these again and make them. I think people would love it. I know War for Cybertron tried, but it was destined to sort of fail. Love the people involved with that, but they didn't have the budget, and Netflix didn't have the desire to make more episodes.
Yeah.
So they were their hands were tied when they made War for Cybertron to make as good of a show as they could. I was messing with Deluxe figure from 2009. Barely had any waffles. Had arm panels that open and closed for hand transformation. Wasn't as articulated though. Yeah, it's like they've robbed Peter to pay Paul. Like, we can make an arm move, but it's going to be hollow. I would wager that there's no conversation in the Hasbro boardroom that third-party companies can come and plug in arms. Not in the boardroom. Mm-hmm. I agree with that. I don't think the boardroom cares at all. I think the designers know. I think the designers kind of can come to grips with the fact that they're going to have to do this for budget. And they go, well, at least there's companies like XYZ out there that can make this look better. I think the designers would much rather make a fully fledged out figure. The boardroom, I don't think they even know this thing exists.
Probably not.
Thanks, Disciple. Appreciate you. That's the thing specific to these. They know most of us will come. Exactly. Yeah. And combine mode may look brilliant. And I may eat my own words when it comes out.
I mean, I've seen the combine mode, but I mean, it looked fine.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the specific that was show on it or whatever.
But I think we've said that before. I mean, I've said that in many a review. Like, if it was a combiner, it's like, it looks like crap. But I mean, I've said it even on some third party stuff, like, the alt mode or the robot, something's going to suffer in order to have a good combine mode, or a triple changer. Something's going to suffer to have a good mode.
I mean, yeah, there's outliers. You know, like Magic Square's Masterpiece stuff seems to look good and everything, but there's always seems like, especially Transformers, one mode suffers, doesn't look quite as good as it could. And then when you get into triple changers, 1 out of 3 looks decent, the other 2 kind of suck.
Yeah. Larkin says here, big box, I think they wants consistent price points. That's what they want. I mean, they and it is a business. Their number one goal isn't to make us happy. Their number one goal is to make us as happy as they can so that we buy it.
And the shareholders make all their money.
And make money. There's no big secret there. Ramen Toy, everyone that makes toys absolutely loves what they do, but they probably wouldn't do it for free. I wouldn't. Right? There's just the idea is to make money doing something you love. So nothing wrong with wanting to make money. I get that.
That's what makes this country great.
That's right. Not a single thing wrong. I just lost the chat. I am not caught up at all. It's zoomed to the bottom. So if I missed you, I apologize. Let's see. So we'll try to pick a spot. Mid-30s, Transformers cartoons were in the Beast Wars and Energon era for us. Yep, there you go.
You know what's crazy is Transformers, G.I. Joe. I really didn't know about the cartoons. I know about the comics first.
Oh yeah, me too. When it comes, all that whole Energon era of stuff, I was in was it Dreamwave? No, it was it Dreamwave Comics? Who was doing that? Like the Fall of Cybertron, and it was Dreamwave, wasn't it?
Maybe, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was. Make sure I get
Regeneration 1.
Yeah, Dreamwave. I in my head, I was thinking Dreamwave didn't sound right because I was thinking DreamWorks. But yeah, I did not like the Cybertron trilogy or Energon trilogy cartoons.
Yeah,
they were too Pokemonish for me. They just weren't my cup of tea. I wasn't in that Pokemon generation.
Was pretty decent. The other two I didn't really like.
But the comics were great. You know, I loved the Cybertron Energon comics. That was all the Pat Lee stuff. Yeah, Soundwave got it. All that stuff was great. Loved that era in Transformers comics. And matter of fact, like the third party stuff that I have, like from Vans Hobby, that's related to that era, like the Optimus Prime and stuff like that, to me aren't even representative of the cartoon. To me, they're the comics.
Yeah.
You know, that's the Armada Optimus Prime from Fans Hobby is one of the best figures in my collection. It is a gorgeous spot, and to me, it's right out of the Armada comics. So that's for me. But I mean, that's my high horse. That's my pulpit of this week. It's just like I think when I say I'm done, I'll say it a little more clearly. I am going to be extremely picky about picking up mainline Transformers going forward. It's just not there for me. I still love Transformers.
Yeah, I can tell you. I have, and I'm probably gonna cancel them because I have that Megatronus, and I got the aerial bots, and I don't like the way the aerial bots look.
I don't even get me started on those. I think those are.
And
hideous.
then I got the 2 Constructicons, and that's it. Like I haven't ordered anything else. And I'm thinking about canceling aerial bots because the jets don't look bad by themselves, but I don't know. I just don't like the whole lower half of Superion.
Actually, Flick has a good question right now. It's like a fair point. Do either of us have any Constructicons that aren't combined right now? In other words, does it even matter? Are we buying it for robot mode at all?
Well, I got some in the box. Not even out of the box.
Yeah, so. I've got 2 sets of Magic Square. One set for bot mode, and the other one is combined. But I get your point. I mean, and for that matter, why not just buy a model kit that's a fully built Devastator and not even Transformer? Which is a lot of reason people are collecting blockies, and I see more people collecting Transformers that don't transform than I ever have. I mean, there's more options now for one, but
that's why I kind of got into like 3-0 because I mean, they articulate well, they look nice, and like I've been getting rid of my third-party masterpiece collection. Now I tell you, there's been like 4 instances where I would just like to bash some of these things into pieces and say F it and stop worrying with it. Because some of these things are just, I won't miss that part. Like panels.
But like, I mean, there was a time in recent history, and there's still people that feel that way. Like if you buy a Transformer that doesn't transform, that's stupid. And I understand that because that's the gimmick, right? I mean, that's the thing. But I mean, with things like 3-0, with things like blockies, what's the other one that we collect?
I don't have any blockies.
I don't either. I don't either.
I just haven't jumped on that one.
I will if I see them at my Walmart, but I wasn't going to pay con prices for them, and I guess I could order from Show Z, but I didn't. Ramen says, got to tell you, back in 2014-15, when I saw those new combiners put out by Takara Hasbro, I was like, wow. Mostly because the Takara box art, the toy looks like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, the box art, that's great.
I bought something that I hope won't be a rabbit hole, but I hear it's like the last step before you go to statues.
Oh,
so
Lord.
I bought a Hot Toy.
Yep. I don't have any Hot Toys yet. I did before they were 3-0, they were 3A. And I did I think it was 3A at the time. I did the Ultraman, 3A Ultraman.
I had a sideshow Boba Fett, and it looked good, but the quality was not there. But I've heard the sideshows like here and like Hot Toys up here.
You thought about doing Mondo?
No, I can't do Mondo because that's it'll be you got to have Skeletor, you got to have He-Man, you got to have.
Have you ever seen them? Have you ever seen them in person?
Yeah,
Man,
I would say that Lion-O looks fantastic.
Golly, so good. I mean, I can't do it, but I want to.
I know, it's too much. It's
I mean, the articulation is horrible. They have horrible articulation. I mean, they're basically statues that you can move a couple joints on.
Oh wow.
I mean, it's got like Super 7 style articulation, right? No, it's not.
No, come on. No,
I wasn't trying to make
POA.
What
Come on.
What? Not the reaction, but the their
The Ultimates are much better. I mean,
yeah.
I had some.
It didn't mean that to be that much of a stab, but yeah, but like when I was at PowerCon, they had Skeletor and He-Man on Battle Cat and Panther and and I was like, these things are gorgeous. So I get it. They're beautiful. They're sculpted great.
We'll go play in the snow after this.
Yeah, let's go play in the snow. Actually, we're almost done. You can go play in the snow in about a minute. Disciple City got the Panthro.
It ain't much snow to play in, but
limited articulation. Yeah, that's what I figured.
They look good though. I get it, man. I mean, I'm ridiculous anyway. I'm collecting too much shit, so I get it. I mean, I got too many lines. I need to stop.
I mean, there's plenty of stuff I'm looking forward to. Like all the stuff from Ramen, I'm looking forward to.
I can't wait for the tank. I cannot wait for the tank.
Yeah,
I got a spot right here above all my 6-inch vehicles, ready for the tank and the phalanx, ready to go.
Yep, me too. I want American Ninja X to come to fruition. I'm sure it will. Probably more than just. I don't know if they'll do another Kickstarter. I think they're going to come up with a way to release without having to do that. Cursed Dead. I'm looking forward to the Cursed Dead.
Yeah,
the more I see that line, I'll be honest, and I think I told them this too. I wasn't excited about that line in the beginning. It didn't do much for me. But the more they showed, the more I loved. So I ended up backing that. And good people, great people.
Mm-hmm.
That was after I found out who they were. I was worried that their company was full of other people. Anyway, it's not important. Found out who they were. They're all awesome. And, we had them on. Looking forward to that. Lots of stuff coming out from the indie side that I'm looking forward to.
I want to get, and I'm going to blame Larkin on this. I want to try out a few of the Hiya toys, Joe's.
Yeah, man, they look good.
Just a couple, because I know they're basically like the classified but small, but there's a couple that look pretty decent.
Their Cobra Commander looks awesome.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the really one I want to try.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Junkyard. Exactly. If you guys aren't following them, it's a Kickstarter that we talked about probably last year. It was successful, legendary. The more I see of them, and I always liked them. I backed them really quick because I thought they looked cool. The more they show, the more I love them. They look fantastic. So glad that I backed those. The boy says, how about Ito Karakuri Flames Toys? Yeah.
Those are that's that line that's like $450.
Yeah, they're very expensive, but they look so good.
They do.
Their Snake Eyes looks amazing. Yeah, they look real good. Their Storm Shadow looked really good, if I remember right. Didn't they do a Storm Shadow, or am I thinking did Hot Toys do it? Somebody did, and it was awesome.
I know 3-0 does Joe's, but they don't do. Well, I would collect their line, but they don't do a few things they don't do. I don't like, but they don't do stands like that. Yeah. There's no way I'd put a 12-inch expensive figure on the shelf without a crotch grabber and stand.
Yeah,
to keep it from falling.
Larkin's Lair just wants female. He wants Psylocke and he wants Baroness, but these. Yeah. I have a feeling his
brain goes.
Yeah, his Baroness may be a little stickier than it was when he first bought it. Yeah, that's my thoughts. Picked up Hiya Toys Baroness. Face sculpt is great, but the figure itself is awesome. Yeah, we all collect too much stuff. Well, man, that's really what the show was. If you guys watch this later, feel free to leave a comment on how wrong I am and how much of a hypocrite we are, and how much that we love supporting IP theft or whatever. You can feel free to do that. It's a new world. Freedom of speech.
It's a
Have at it.
brand new world.
Unless I don't like it, and I'll delete the comment. No, it's not necessarily true. Yeah. So glad you guys showed up. Appreciate you being here. Enewtabie. No, and yeah, in the comment section, if you're here, please feel free to leave a comment on how you feel about the subject, about the new stuff coming out, and yeah, I won't debate you. Just do whatever you want. Buy whatever you want. It's your money. You don't buy my stuff, I don't buy yours. Doesn't bother me at all. What you got coming out, Enewtabie?
I'll be reviewing foreign currency. Now, I just found this the other day. Remember I told you I had like a stash of like money from around the world?
Mm-hmm.
I found it the other day when I was cleaning up the attic. I was like, damn, I remember I had like money from Iraq. I had India, Mexico, Jamaica, Bahamas, England.
Yeah, I've got a nice little stash of foreign currency. All of it together probably adds up to about $1.
Oh yeah, it's about like $20 here, maybe.
Yeah, I've got some bots from Thailand and some I forget what Indonesia uses, but I did all the math the other day, and it was like I had multiple thousands of dollars, in there, and you kind of you do the math, and it was literally like $1.50 or something like that. It's crazy.
Next, I got some videos coming up this week. Probably some micro galaxy stuff. I love that stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. Star Wars gets a bad rap, and rightfully
no, their micro galaxy stuff looks awesome.
Rightfully so, because Disney F's up a lot of that stuff they touch. But I will say, man, they make a beautiful little ship with a lot of weathering. Do a good job. I don't know how they paint a 1-inch figure that small. They do a good job of that. So I love those things. I've been collecting crap out of them lately. So videos coming.
Yeah, their stuff looks really good. If I was more of a Star Wars fan, that's what I would collect.
Yeah,
is the micro galaxy stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I would collect micro galaxy Transformer stuff.
I wish there was micro galaxy G.I. Joe. See, that's where
I'd collect micro galaxy G.I. Joe stuff.
That's where I would go, like the Sky Striker.
I would not collect another classified and strictly collect micro galaxy G.I. Joe. 100%. I would do it. All right. Send us off. Thanks everybody in chat for being here. We appreciate it. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button if you hadn't already, but you probably have. Go subscribe to Enewtabie. Watch all his stuff. He puts out more videos than I do. I plan on seeing you again on Saturday with a show called It's Cato. If everything goes well. If not, oh well. I'll see you when I see you. Maybe next Tuesday on another It's News. I'm sure we'll have something to talk about. Send us out, Enewtabie.
Thank you, everyone, for visiting. Great to see you. Tremendous. See you around. Goodbye.
Oh, wait, I'm still doing it. Quentin J. Bedwell and Cato bring you a Synchronized Bowels production. The Book of Jacob Kane. The Book of Jacob Kane is a supernatural fantasy set in the old American West. What happens when ancient evils awaken? One man is destined to save the world. The Book of Jacob Kane. Coming soon.